Okay. So last class we have left with the classification of crops. Now we have to start with basic practices of production. So production practices, it is, so that means while sowing a crop, when we produce a crop, so at that time farmers, what are the things the farmers has to take care that we have to work. So the step-by-step methods, that is preparation of a soil. Yeah, last class we have discussed all these methods, 7 steps. So first step is preparation of a soil, that will include the loosening of the soil, crushing the crumbled soil, that is which makes become a rock due to unavailability of a water. It will gets converted into a rock-like structure. So those crumbles has to be crumbled down. That means it is crushed again back to the soil. The small layer of soil has to be formed by that one. Then after loosening the soil, that is done. Why soil has to be prepared? What is the method? Why it is needed to be prepared? Can you tell me the need of soil, preparation of the soil? That is loosening
Make,
of the soil. Yes.
to make it rich in nutrients.
It can make it rich in nutrients. Okay. How can the nutrients will be there?
Bad manure.
A manure we will you add after that. Only the preparation of a soil, that means loosening of the soil. That is tilling, loosening, or what we call as the lower level of the layer of the soil has been turned upward and the upward soil has turned downwards. So that is turning of the soil. That is also called as turning of the soil. Has to be done. So why it is done? Loosening is needed.
Okay.
That is converting the bigger crumbles, bigger rock-like structures into smaller ones. We have to break it down. So that is done by different instruments. That has to be done in a house also. When we are planting the trees in a small pot, we do that one. So for what purpose we are doing? So that is, if it is a much more in the powdered form, the soil is in the form of powder, then only the soil plants can easily grow into it as the roots. Okay, sorry. So here the loosening is needed. So that is when the plants have been grown in that soil, the roots, the roots can easily penetrate through soil. Now, if you see, if there is a concrete road is there, means it is concrete means what? It is a fully, this one, rock-like structure is there. Is it possible for the roots to go down? Is that
No.
possible that roots can easily go down through the rock-like structures?
No, ma'am.
No, that means we have to make their function easier. The roots has to go down. The roots' function is to hold the soil properly, hold the plant properly, and absorb the nutrients from the soil. So we have to make their function easier. Otherwise, if they cannot do by themselves, then they will die because they won't get the proper nourishment. They won't get the proper water. So therefore, we have to make their work easier, so that is they can easily, if the soil is loosened, it is crushed, crumbled, it is in the powdered form, so that is it is easy for the roots to move through it, and then as much as down they can go by themselves, they can support the soil easily, support the plant easily. So they are able to hold the plant properly, so plant can stand erect. One thing. Second thing, due to loosening of the soil, air remain trapped in that soil, and due to which the roots can easily breathe. So breathing, because roots are also the cell and they also need oxygen for the respiration process and making the food purpose. So they need oxygen, they need energy. So the energy will be, they can prepare energy only when they gets the oxygen. So gaining oxygen, the oxygen should be available at that place. So we have to loosen the soil So that is in between that soil, air remain trapped, and due to presence of air, the plants can easily breathe within the soil. As well as the microorganisms, the air remain trapped, the microorganisms in the soil also can survive easily. They can grow, and when the microorganisms are very, very important, so that they can decompose the organic matter, that is a humus, which is organic matter we consider, it is present in the soil, can be decomposed with the help of microorganisms, and the nutrients are replenished. So what is the function of microorganisms here? Microorganisms decompose the organic matter, and when they decompose it, the nutrients, they divide the chemicals, bigger chemicals, into the simpler ones. So they separate it out. If it is a any substance is present, suppose glucose is present, so they divide carbon, hydrogen, oxygen separately, then it will be available to them. So it is, another one is the nitrates, any compound is present, urea, that is a compound of nitrogen, hydrogen. When they decompose that compound and the nitrogen is separated, so then only nitrogen will be available to the plants. Plants can absorb nitrogen in that case. So compound is broken down chemically in the simpler form, so simpler minerals will be available to the plants. So the microorganisms are very, very important for the replenishment of the nutrients. And the microorganism, for that purpose, the microorganism should grow, should sustain in that soil. So for that they need oxygen. So air they need to breathe. So if the soil is loose, then only they can get the oxygen. Otherwise they cannot survive in that. Earthworms are growing. The many farmers, they grow earthworm in the soil. So that is, earthworm also do the composting process. So they convert organic matter into simpler manure ones. So manure will be very good, this as a mineral nutrient, they can provide nutrients to the plants. So therefore, for the growth of that earthworm or even other microorganisms, the soil should be loosened. So there are many functions. That is one thing, that is loosened soil traps the air, due to which the microorganisms can survive, as well as roots can easily breathe. Then if the soil is loosened, then only the roots can go penetrate much inside and able to hold the plant properly, so that plant can stay erect. Otherwise, if the roots are not stronger, the plants cannot stand properly and cannot bear. And the roots are the only things which can absorb the nutrients for the plants. If the roots are not growing properly, the growth of the roots are not properly, the plants won't get the sufficient nutrients also. So therefore, for this purpose, the loosening of the soil, tilling process or turning of the soil is very, very important. Is that clear? Why we need to prepare the soil before sowing the seeds? For this purpose. So you can see that is whenever there is nothing is a person, the farmer started growing, he start the plow in it. He used the plow along with the tractor, or maybe with the oxen or bulls are used for plowing of the soil. So plowing of the soil is done by these instruments, that is loose. Sorry. So this is a simple way. The earlier method of, so this is one of the method, the earlier method, or farmers which are not economically good condition, they still use this method. The animals are used. This is a plow. This we call as a plow. At the end of this, there is a one sharp structure is there. Sharp structure is there. So that is moved in this soil, and it is moved along with the bulls or oxen move it. So that is that sharp structure, the backside sharp structure is there, will start loosening the soil. So that is the classical method, traditional method of loosening the soil. These are the another methods are used for loosening this loosening of the soil. These are the things: shaft, iron plow is there, iron plow. This is a wooden plow. So whatever he is using in this picture, that is a wooden plow, and this is the iron, this one iron plow, metal plow, which also can do work faster. So this is the way in this part. Here is this angles are there. These two parts, the holded by the animals. This part move inside the soil and then crush the soil. So that is, it will loosen the soil. So it can be easily loosened out with the help of khurpi, what we are doing at home. So that is done in a larger scale by this way. Okay, with the help of plows. Plow it is done. So it is also, this is the part through which it can easily take out the soil and move it away. So moving only needed. We are not changing the position of the soil. We are only loosening it, crushing it into back to the soil, this one, small particles. Yeah. So it is also can be done with the help of tractor also. So many other things. So here you can see the tractor is doing the same process of at the larger scale the tractor can do. This is a cultivator. This is a large scale cultivator. It is used for the largest fields. So at a time a large area is this one turning, loosening, turning of the soil can be done on a large scale. So there are many flows have been connected together. So many flows have been connected together. So at a time, a larger area is loosened out. And again, there is a bifurcation also can be done. The rows can be produced. So it makes us easier, makes the farmer easier to sow the seeds easily. Sow the seeds or in those uh, rows. Sow the seeds in those rows. So there are the plows. The classical tool is the plow, and the new tool, the improvements have been done by using the hose and cultivators. The simple tool for removing weeds, that is a different cultivator, which is used for removing weeds also and the loosening the soil also. And then cultivator, this is a cultivator. So it is a simple tool which is used for, nowadays plowing is done by the tractor driven cultivator. The use of cultivator saves labor and the time. So it is, if you see in the traditional method, a very smaller area is loosened out. But now by using this one cultivator, a larger area at a time can be loosened. The larger area soil is loosened out easily. Is that clear? Flowing process. Why flowing is needed? Is that clear? Is it clear why flowing and loosening of the soil is needed? Here it is preparation of the soil.
Yes.
So the preparation of a soil is a first step before growing a crop. One of the most important tasks in the agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. This allow the root. So what is importance of this? Due to loosening of the soil, it allow the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. The loosened soil allow the roots to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworm and microbes present in the soil. These organisms are friend to the farmer, and since they further turn and loose the soil and add humus to the soil. What do you mean by humus?
Ma'am, the remains of dead microorganisms.
Yes, organic matter is called as humus.
Organ.
Any organic matter, we call it as humus. It's clear? So first write down this basic steps and then the need of preparation of soil. First write down this basic step.
Ma'am, we have written this in the last class.
Okay, then 1 second. Wait. Write down this. First part is flowing. 1 second. I will make it easier for you people. First flowing. What do you mean by flowing? You write it down. This one. Write this one part. First tilling. Tilling, flowing. Write down first point as tilling. Preparation of a soil. Inside that you write the tilling. And then write the definition of it. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Then write down this point. Significance of flowing. What is the importance of flowing? Actually,
No, lastly, take to telling.
what?
Take to telling.
Okay, do this one. Write faster. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or plowing. This is done by plow, hoe, cultivator.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Then write down these points. These all. The significance of plowing, the structure of plow, hoe, and cultivator.
Ma'am, the preparation of soil we didn't write, no, ma'am.
This is only preparation of soil. So
No,
preparation
ma'am.
of soil means a tilling process. That is the definition you have written. Now you write the importance of that.
Yes.
That is not needed. That is not needed. This is a much more things which actually you don't need it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So done this part. So loosening of a soil allow the root to penetrate deep into the soil. It allows root tubes to breathe easily when they can go deep into the soil. Nutrients from humus get properly mixed with into the soil, and it brings nutrients and minerals to the top, and thus plants are able to utilize these minerals in better way. Completed. Have you finished?
I'm almost.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of harnessed?
Harness means used, utilized.
Okay, ma'am.
Means it is added on a pair of bullocks.
Okay, ma'am.
Completed. Everyone done?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Finish fast. You're taking a long time.
Am I finished? Ma'am?
I've finished.
Done, everyone?
Last point.
Okay, then this is the process of preparation of the soil. Now soil is prepared. The farmer has to sow the seeds. While sowing the seed also he has to take many precautions. He cannot directly anything he brings out and then sow into the soil. No, that won't happen. Before sowing he has to first see which season it is. According to season he has to select the seeds, what exactly crop he has to select first. For that crop, but there are different varieties of seeds are available. He has to check out according to his soil condition. He has to select the seeds. Now when he select the seeds, there also he has to check the good condition seeds. So the seeds which are good in conditions and which are not in conditions, that can be tested by mixing them with water. So when he has to take a one handful of water, handful of seeds he has to take. He has to add them into water. So he will see that is how many of them are settling down and how many of the seeds are floating. If more number of seeds are settled down, that means that variety is a good variety. That means that varieties settled down are the more good ones because they're heavier. That means the content inside the seed, the embryo present in that seed, the embryo is present in that seed, and that seed can germinate easily. So therefore, before selecting the seeds, he has to take more precautions. First, he has to select the good quality seeds. So good quality seeds selection is done by mixing the seeds into water and checking how many of them are settling down and how many of them are floating. So the seeds which settle down are good quality seeds. They are heavier. That means they are good quality seeds. And the seeds which floats on the water are bad, have gone, means have completely died seeds are there. Those has to be removed. Then those seeds he has to sow into the soil. That means he has to put inside the earth. That is the soil he has to put inside. So while doing that also, there is some precaution has to be taken. So what are the precaution has to be taken? That is, the seeds sown should not be done much near to the surface or not much deeper down also should not be sown. It is a proper depth. The depth proper has to be selected. The depth of the seed sown should not be much to the surface or not much to the deeper down the earth. Why? Can you guess the reason? Anyone guess the
Yes,
reason?
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if it is too up the soil,
Ma'am?
the root won't be. Ma'am, the roots won't be stable. It won't be able to hold the ground tightly.
No, about the seeds we are talking about right now.
Ma'am?
Yes, okay, fine. Yes,
Ma'am, if the
Mansi?
seeds are on top, the birds can eat the seeds.
Yes.
And
If the seeds,
if the
yes. And
and if the seeds are too deep, the roots won't grow.
roots won't grow, and that is because they are not getting sunlight, how the germination process will take place. So if seeds are much to the surface, so easily due to the wind, if the soil subsides, then the seeds are open, exposed. So birds can easily see those seeds and eat away. then there is no seeds left out for the germination. One thing happened, if they are much deeper down, for the germination also they need sunlight, air is needed. When those seeds have been sown much deeper, then what happens, sunlight won't reach there, air is also not much available, so due to that the germination is not possible. So therefore the seeds has to be sown to a proper depth, and as well as there is a proper space between the seeds should be there. It should not be that as many seeds have been sown in a one place. There should not, there we are making a more crowd, that should not be done. Because what happened, when we sow many number of seeds at a one place and all of them germinates, then what will happen, all the plants won't get the proper space, roots won't get the proper space to move through, because there are many have already occupied space was there. The nutrients, everyone, all the seeds, all the plants will not get the sufficient nutrients. There is a competition will start, who will survive, who will get the food and water, they only survive, and who won't get food and water, they won't survive. So those seeds will die, those seeds, that's the plants, will die out. So therefore, while sowing the seeds, proper precaution has to be taken. One is the proper depth has to be selected, and the second thing is proper gaps between the seeds has to be selected. So this one is done. The sowing of the seeds, again, it is done by many methods. One method is broadcasting, that means sprinkling the seeds anywhere. So they just sprinkle it out anywhere, spread it out anywhere. So anywhere this one goes, the seed goes and germinate there itself. That is a one method. Second method, they will use at a proper space, one seed they will sow. Then one proper place has been given, and with the help of some different seed drills, we call as the different machine is there. With the help of seed drill, this sowing has been done. Another method is the transplantation method. So what is transplantation? I will explain you. 1 second, I can show you. Sowing the seeds, this is a method. I don't think so it is clear to you. It is a funnel like shape is there. This is similar to that of plowing, as well as seed drill is present. In this seed drill, there is a funnel like shape. Let me check if it is here. This is a seed drill is there. A bigger seed drill is there. No, it is not proper. It has a funnel like structure. One second, give me a second time. So these are the seed drill machines are there. Seed drill we call it as. It has been sown. It is used to sow the seeds in a proper positions. This is a traditional method. Just like here it is shown, it is a traditional method. Here is a funnel shaped structure. Along with the plow, there is a one more funnel shaped structure is added. So here, whenever whatever the position the farmer want, he adds the seed. So it will go deeper down. So this is the again has some sharp edge. So it will move down the earth, and there the seed has been sown, and again it is leveled again. So that is leveled. That means again at the top surface the soil is moved back, leveled back again. So that means it will not be seen by the birds. So this was a traditional seed drill, and this is a new seed drill machine, modern day seed drill machine. This is a device which is connected to the tractor. Here the seeds have been kept at this position. So exactly after a particular position, the knob is pressed. Here at this end, it will make a space. And from this, the seeds has been passed and sown into the soil. So at a particular depth and particular distance, space has been maintained. By this way, seed has been sent through these outlets, and then here it is sown. These parts will move down the earth inside the soil, and there they will sow, and after that leveling is also done. Immediately this leveling part also, this you can see horizontal line. So that horizontal line level the soil again. So this way, these are the different techniques of sowing the seeds. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So first method is selection of the seeds has to be done. The good quality seeds has to be selected. So it should be clear, healthy seeds of good variety. It should be there. And that how to test that good quality seeds?
By putting the seeds into the water.
Yes, by putting the seeds into water, the seeds
The
which
damaged
settle
seed.
down, the good seeds, the healthy seeds settle down, and the damaged seed floats. So the floating seeds can be removed, and those the seeds which settle down that has been used to sow into the soil. Okay, and so this one, and the precaution has to be taken. That is, the seeds has to be sown at a particular depth. Also, the depth has to be managed, as well as the space between the seeds is very important. Otherwise, they will start uh, competing for the food nutrients, that is nutrients and the sunlight space. There is a competition will go. Whoever succeeds, they will survive. Others will die, and that is not the farmer want. So he wants that every seed should grow properly, and he should get the yield from all the seeds. Clear? So therefore, this proper space has to be maintained. Then sewing part, write down this part first. So write this part about the sewing. The second step of agricultural practice. This is the second part, sowing of the seeds. Don't write anything about this traditional method. Done?
One second. Can you go up?
Wait a second. Write down this one. Seeds should be sown at right depth in the soil. If seeds are sown at a greater depth, they will not get sufficient air for respiration, and on germination, the shoots cannot come out of the soil. Second, on the other hand, if the seeds are sown at surface, they will be eaten by birds. There should be proper spacing between the seed so that there is a less competition for water, nutrient and sunlight, etc. This is a 2-mark question they will be asked. What precaution has to be taken while sowing seeds?
Should we write this?
Yes, you have right down.
Ma'am, what's the question? Why sowing seeds?
What precaution has to be taken while sowing seeds?
Okay.
Completed?
Last line.
I'm done. Ma'am, we have to write only the first point.
No, these 3 points. These 4 lines. That's it. Not this one.
Okay, ma'am.
This is you're not supposed to write. Only these 4 lines you write.
Finished, ma'am.
Done. So this is sowing the seed. Now next step is nutrient management. This is about the implantation. First implanted. That is now we have prepared the soil, so seeds are sown. Now they're waiting for germination. They germinated also. So after germinated, they are also the living organisms. They need food, they need water. Just like we need food and water, they also need food and water. So what type of a food they need? Do they eat like us? Do the plants eat like us?
No, ma'am.
No.
ma'am.
So what they take?
Sunlight. Sunlight, water.
Okay, and
Sunlight, water, air, carbon dioxide,
again, only this much?
Chlorophyll.
chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll. Why chlorophyll?
No, they contain chlorophyll.
They
They
contain
contain
chlorophyll.
chlorophyll. They contain
They have
chlorophyll.
chlorophyll.
This was the question.
So I'm asking what extra they need. What are the food they eat? What type of food they eat? Yes.
Sunlight, water, air, nutrients from the soil.
What are those nutrients?
Humus.
Yeah. Now humus and all those are provides nutrients. Nutrients means
Carbon
the
dioxide.
minerals. Carbon dioxide. Here, listen now. There are the 16 nutrients needed by the plants. So those are, first is hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon is the most important part of the plants. They need this. So the carbon is obtained in the form of carbon dioxide for the photosynthesis process. Hydrogen and oxygen is obtained from the water. Now these are the plants prepare organic food by using inorganic substances. So all these inorganic substances only we call as nutrients. So this inorganic substances mainly consists of 16 types of nutrients it needs. 16 varieties it needs. So out of 16 varieties, 3 are main. That is, one is hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. So these 3 are the main components which is obtained by the process of transpiration. That is through the air with the help of some holes, that is stomata are present. With the help of stomata, the plants obtain these substances, and water, carbon dioxide is obtained, and hydrogen and oxygen is obtained from the water. So water, the roots absorb the water. So with the help of water, the hydrogen and oxygen will be available to the plants. Now the remaining 13 nutrients. So those 13 nutrients are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, many other manganese, cobalt, iron, nickel, calcium, magnesium. So many these are metals, metal ions it needs, metals and non-metallic ions it needs. Most quantity needed is the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are the utmost important. Without that, plant cannot survive. And the remaining one, depending on the varieties, it needs more quantity needed. In the remaining one is the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So these 3 nutrients are needed in a larger quantities. And apart from that, all other nutrients are minerals that we call as ions, metallic and non-metallic ions are also required by the plants. So all these ions are absorbed with the help of water. In the water, these substances are soluble. So these only are obtained by the decomposition process. The humus is decomposed and this gives out these minerals. That decomposition process gives out these minerals, and these minerals dissolved in water, and along with the water will be plants will get those minerals, that is ions they will obtain. Okay, so now this nutrient management. So how to provide the nutrients? Every time it is not sufficient, plants, that is whatever the amount of nutrients are present in the soil is not sufficient for the crops. So they will be used up. So again and again we need to add those nutrients into the soil. Now what are the ways we add nutrients? There are 2 different methods by which we add nutrients to the soil. That is, one is by manure and the second one is fertilizers. So by adding manure and fertilizers, the farmers are adding these nutrients. So what are the nutrients? That is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, Manganese is needed, cobalt is needed, nickel is needed, sulfur is needed, chlorine is needed, iodine is needed by the plants, magnesium is needed, calcium is needed. So these are the different ions are needed. So those has to be added into soil time to time. Naturally that is happening, but it is a slow process, and more number of crops the farmer is growing into the soil. So therefore, for the proper growth of the plants, the farmer has to add excess amount of these nutrients in the soil. So these nutrients are added in the soil by two ways: by adding manure and by adding fertilizers. So manure, addition of a manure, that means the organic. It is an organic matter. The decomposition of organic matter is done. The farmer can do that by himself in the farm itself. So what is manure? Manure is whatever the waste material, the organic waste is left out in the farm. It is created, or maybe in the kitchen waste. That is in the our kitchen waste is there when we peel a leaf, fruits, fruit peels, or the left out vegetables, then cut out from the leafy vegetables. When we purchase the leaf, we take it, and the stalk part we throw it out. So all those are organic matter. So when we club them together, group them together, and bury deep inside the soil, slowly the microorganisms decompose that organic matter. Even the this one, cow dung is also used, or human excreta also. It is this one, it is stored under the, by constructing a pit, a huge pit is created, and in that all these organic waste has been dumped, and then it is closed, and microorganisms, it is left for 1 month duration, 3 to 4 weeks duration. If we leave it, then it get converted to organic manure, that is called as compost. So composting is done. So due to this way, this organic waste has been converted to manure. So manure is a made, farmyard manure we call it as. So that means it is created by the farmers itself. Even our house also we can create it. Whatever the kitchen waste we are throwing it out, instead of throwing, if we dump it into the one of the container, and in that some powder, composting powder, we get it. So that is actually the microorganisms. So when we add that, after 1 or 2 weeks, we will get the compost from that. So that manure we get it. So that manure is added to the soil. That is a one method of adding the nutrients into the soil, because that is after decomposition. What happened? The huge substances broken down into the simpler ones, and the simpler nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium will be available in that powder. So that is we call as compost. Even anyone is doing the farming at home, this one, that's this one, terrace farming is you have, or pot you are using it. So if you have seen your parents are adding some this is manure to those plants. So after 1 month, that potted plants also has to be added. The manure has to be added again and again. So those are actually the plant nutrients. So they get the nutrients from that. So this is the less cost material can be added to the soil, so that is the soil is replenished with the nutrients. And another method is the addition of fertilizers. So fertilizers are the powdered chemicals which are prepared in the factory. So those are directly prepared into the factory, and it is rich in one of the nutrients. All the nutrients are not present in that. 2 or 3 nutrients maximum, at the most 2 or 3 nutrients are present in that chemicals. But that in that amount, that particular nutrient will be available in a larger scale. So more amount of nutrients is present into the fertilizers. So due to fertilizers, the plants grows more faster and bear fruits or flowers very fast. But there are some disadvantages as well. So we will learn that advantages of manure and disadvantages of fertilizers. Even there are some advantages of fertilizers as well. So we will, all these things we will study next class. So we will stop here today. Is there any doubt till this part? Anyone has any doubt on this part?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. Then we will leave. So next class we will start with the manuring and the fertilization.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. 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 Okay.